Right guys, a reveal of another project, but this is not normally how I do it because I've had to go out and buy some bits for this car that are seriously annoying me, like so much. I've actually gone to a scrapyard, my local guy who normally gives us everything for free. We look after him, he looks after us, and I couldn't get it. He had one car the same and it was stuck up, and I wasn't going to risk breaking me flipping legs or me back climbing up, so unfortunately I've had to go out and pay. Shock, I'm not used to paying, but to be quite honest, the prices, these bits and bobs have cost me £25, and I think that's more than reasonable from scrapyards who I don't know them, they don't know me. But anyways, more to the point, what is it? Now, you know, the only car I've got at the minute, obviously the ML this week's going to storage, is the A6. But I am struggling because I still like to be able to take my dog somewhere on weekends. But at the same time, I've become quite attached to this A6. I'm not wanting to necessarily hack it off. I do miss going up to Kielder, doing a bit of driving through the ranges in Otterburn, which involves getting the car up the eyes, messy and all sorts. And I can't do that with the A6, even without the dogs. So the perfect car came up a couple of weeks ago. You will have seen it on my weekly vlog. A lot of you have already guessed. It's a big estate car. It's a diesel. It used to be my car. It used to be old Joe's car who passed away. Then it used to be another good customer's car. And then it moved on to this guy who's had the car for the past 5 years or more. So, any ideas what it is? Diesel? Estate car? Don't go getting excited, because it's just what I call a winter hack. A proper, I'm not going to say a banger, because I think I am going to tidy it up with what I'm going to do. Let's reveal it, shall we? Yeah, Mondeo estate. And it is in a bit of a state. Yes, one alloy. I'll come to that. Missing wheel trims, I'll come to that. But I did used to own this car. This is the 2-litre diesel. It's the 115 brake, which means basically it's got a single vane turbo, which is perfect because they never go wrong. The variable vane ones are a pain in the arse with the electronic actuators. And these remapped to about 140, 150 brake anyway. Not that we'll be doing that. EGR's blanked off. All the bits and bobs done to it what I needed done to make them run right. And yes, it's scraped and scratched and it's got wheel trims missing, but you can see I've had this in last week. Brand new rear discs and pads and 2 calipers. That's a lot of money's worth just there. The exhaust was just welded last week. Again, new caliper, new discs and pads, all right tyres on the back. But I want to get into this. I want to ask you guys what you think I should do. So obviously onto the mess with the wheels. It's actually not bad for rust. Odd little tiny bit on this wing here, and the sills have been welded at the fronts where they normally go. They're sorted. It's due MOT in November. I can't see any issues with it, getting another test out of it, so I'll be sticking a test on it probably next week, just when I get 5 minutes. I know it's early, but I just want it done and out the way with. I'll just open it up and explain to you what's going on. It's just the bottom of the range LX. But being a Mondeo, you still get electric windows at the front, electric heated mirrors, cruise control. You know, this is just an old winter hack. Cruise control, Ford's legendary heated windscreen, bloody godsend they are in the winter. Some kind of climate control system, I doubt that air conditioning works on it. CD player, yes, a glove box that's held up by a cable tie, which is very annoying. Somebody's made a makeshift thing with a string, but I actually made it even better one with a cable tie because the string was irritating us. They even have auxiliary input for your music, which is handy to have, but that is seriously getting on my wick. That was just my partner tooting the horn there. Yeah, I can't live with that. Banger or not banger, that does my head in. As well as, you've probably noticed, it's got what you call a Bluetooth hands-free sun visor. So when you drive along, you just hold your own sun visor up. And then when the sun goes away, it's a special one where you store them away, you see. In your glove box, that doesn't work. So it's like basically hands-free. Yeah, it's been ripped off. I don't ask why, God knows, but I can't live with that. That seriously is doing my head in. So yeah, that is an immediate thing, and that is an immediate thing, which I'll come to in a second, of where I've been and what I've been doing this afternoon. So yeah, but it's the 5-speed, which is much better than the 6-speed on these, a much better box on them. And I've just realised I've acquired something that I didn't need, but hey ho. Loads of storage, cup holders. absolutely masses of space in these things, really is. I mean, the seats, this car's got 200, it's one little bit on the seat, nothing to seat cover of one sort. It's got 206,000 miles on, so it's not doing too bad. It's had all the big jobs done to it. To be honest, it does. It's got plenty of space in the back for the kids and Holly for when we've got the Benz, but the main thing for this, for me, is that I can take my beloved little dogs with us. At the minute, it's currently got 4 wheels in, well, 4 wheels, 3 tyres in the back, no problem. Mondeo estate, no problem. That's why I love these things. But I don't know what to do. This rim is knackered, basically. These alloys are in a shabby condition with knackered tyres. One of them is seriously knackered. I don't know which one it is, but it's right down to the core, which I nearly cut my hands open on the other day. I just don't want to get up the eyes with these, that's all. But yeah, really badly gone somewhere one of these is. So really, the back tyres on this are good. The front tyres are not so good. So they're alright, but not great. So what I'm debating doing, I was going to get them put onto these alloys so they look a bit better. But I've seen somebody selling on Gumtree Marketplace or something like that, £80 for a set of steel wheels, which the steel wheels are in almost new condition. They look nice. Because I was going to try and get some wheel trims, but they're like gold dust to get a hold of. With brand spanking new, 4 brand spanking new winter tyres. Now obviously this Mondeo, I mentioned I quite like going out and about, up tracks and out with the dogs, so I wouldn't mind some nice big chunky brand new snow tyres on it. Obviously they do mud as well, for going like not off-roading as such, but along tracks and stuff. So I'm debating just binning all that, scrapping it, binning these, a selection of alloys and steels. Obviously these 2 back ones are good, they'll be worth keeping. But just hoying all them into the storage yard, out the way, and then just banging these 4, there are steel wheels but much better condition than that, on with new snow tyres, and in time get some wheel trims which are hard to get a hold of. So I personally think these alloys, I know even with a wash, will probably be just as tatty as and the tyres are knacked. Even the tyres on the front of that them aren't worth doing that with. So yeah. So anyways, where have I been? What have I been doing? Well, I've just been down to the scrapyard. Yep, it's going to storage this week as soon as I get 5 minutes. So it's going on the drive shortly. But what I've been out to get, I bet you I've left the key for this in the house, which I have. Oh, and just while I am walking back over to the ML, that's going to have to go. That's seriously doing my head in. I don't like that. Just saying. Just little things, even on bangers, annoy us. That really, really irritates me. Just looks so naff. It makes the car look 10 times worse. Anyways, where have I been? What have I been getting? Where I have been is went to a scrapyard. There was a Mondeo ST in there. Same glove box. Get myself a nice working glove box. I don't know why in my imagination I thought this was broken, because all of these normally break. But it's going to be a good spare. I've also gotten the 2 hinges in the catch, but I do know it is just literally that what's gone. Bit grubby, but I've got a sun visor. I'm going to clean that up in the house before fitting it. So I've got a nice sun visor to go on. And while I was in the car, I said to the guy, I noticed that's got no mats in. Genuine Ford mats. Nothing fantastic, but they're there. And they're going to go in because there's no mats in. And obviously we do go in muddy places. And even £100, you know, like, where's that come from, £100? Even for like 30 quid for a set of new mats, I'm not spending it on a car. That's where it was coming from. That's not really worth much more than 100 quid scrap or something, you know. And also the lads, if you want the mats, you can have this. Yes, it's for a saloon, a hatchback, but it'll probably do a good job of fitting into the estate, just as an extra bit of protection, I suppose. So anyways, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit these as part of the introduction video, because I can't really see the point of making a video of just fitting a glove box, a sun visor and a boot liner and some mats. So what I'll do is I'll end the video here. I'll get on, there's nothing even to show fitting. The glove box literally just pulls 2 tabs out, pops out with 2 hinges. You unplug the auxiliary music input thing, replug it in, put it on. Sun visors, 3 torques, put it on. I'll just show you a before and after, and you've seen the before, and I'll come back to you when I've got the after. Right, so I thought I'd just end the video like this. A few things have happened. I did want to get my grass cut tonight, but of course it absolutely poured of rain, so to put stop to that, so I thought why not get on and do a few bits and bobs on the car from the stuff that I've just showed you. So I said it before and after. So there's one little development, obviously, as you know, those. I've just been and getting these, as this probably tries to fall out on us. £80 for a set of nice, new, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of surface rust on them, new, non-rusty wheels. So for now, wheel trims are very hard to get for these 16-inch types, but I will get some eventually. But they will look a lot better, cleaned up, with 4 brand spanking new, big chunky winter tyres, and they're actually not a bad make, Barham's. So I don't think that's a bad deal at all, to be quite honest. So 4 nice new matching wheels, not rusty alloys and all the rest of it. So that's going to be champion for where I need to go. Bits of, like, not very light off-roading, but you know, comes in very handy that. So I'm over the moon. I'll just have to be careful and smash my back window here. Yes, I know you should really not do that, but I don't care. That's not what this car's about. Not that I would deliberately abuse it, but I'm not chucking it on the seat where I've got all my child seats in. So they're the wheels. You can see, to be honest, I will say they are not bad on the back. They're practically new, but they'll be good spares just in case any issues happen. But it's these front ones are getting a little bit, in fact, to be honest, I'm making them out worse than what they are, but they're not going to get chucked in the bin. I just thought for 80 quid, why not? But this one in particular is getting a bit rough on the edges and stuff, so we'll get rid of that. Like I've said, I normally have a little knife, thanks to Matt from Furious Driving, the world's smallest knife you have on a key ring, but I've left my house keys obviously at home. I'm getting that cut off. I don't know if this meant something to the guy who owned it, which is fair enough, but it means nothing to me, and it's coming off. It's doing my head in. It just makes the car look completely tatty. Even these, I think on eBay you can get them for like literally a couple of quid each for the proper silver ones. Yes, I know, Dan, you spend money, there's rust right there and all the rest of it, but it's just the tat. It just makes a car stand out to be stopped from the police. Like, for example, I am aware I've got a stoplight out at this side, so through the week when I when I get time, swap these wheels over. I think this indicator here as well, if we just switch them on, is flashing a little bit white. That always for some reason comes up good on the camera, and it isn't in real life. So yeah, I am going to get those sorted. Obviously I'm going to do a full light check on it separately. Anyways, onto the interior. What have I done? All my bits I've bought. So first up, full set of Ford mats. Genuine ones are in. They're nothing fantastic, but I got them basically for nothing as part of a deal. I don't want to try and reopen this boot again. Oh, stuff it, I will, if the wheel doesn't fall out. I got this boot liner for free, which is great because it goes into my boot buddy, which you can see. These boot buddies are fantastic. So I've got these wheels thrown in here and nothing's getting onto the carpets, and I got that for nothing as well, for free. So that's nice to have, because it had, remember, I actually might sort that actually, guys. That's not really good practice. There is a Ford one under there, but there was a rubber one anyway. I've put the Ford one into place, and there's now a mat down there, which never used to be. And first thing, apart from the can of Ribena, which I'll move, which may strike you, is the glove box. It's not got a screw in and tied on by tape anymore. Now it's nice, working, functioning glove box with the EUX to put in, which I've just remembered. I've thrown the other one in the bin. I'm just going to get that little piece out to keep as a spare. So, working glove box. This piece down here, precarious that, isn't it? Down here, I got this out of a Mondeo ST, so it's got the chrome ring, not that I care about that, but the cigarette lighter in the one I had was knackered. So it was easier just to rip the whole lot out. So now we've got a working cigarette lighter, a much more tidier kind of looking item, so that's done. And most importantly, which was doing my head in, was I've cleaned it up as well. I've got a nice working sun visor, which is great. So there we go, guys. I'm just going to fire it up and just show you. It is absolutely sweet, this thing. For 200,000 miles, it's not chattering, rattling like all these things normally do. apart from that siren in the background. Sounds absolutely sweet. These things are normally rattling and barking on, and it's great. Absolutely fantastic. I am going to admit there's a little slight chatter on the flywheel. There's a tiny little bit of chatter on the flywheel, but again, 200,000 mile car, it's what you expect. The clutch doesn't slip or anything. It's great. Yeah, the back end is obviously down a little bit because all the weight's in, but it's sweet as a nut. No major leaks, nothing like that. It's even got the old mud flaps, which do help. I'm going to get a bit of black hammer right along the bottom of the edges of them sills. Has been welded on the front. But yeah, never fails when I'm on the phone, these sirens. Swear to God, it's becoming like living in London sometimes around this area at the moment. Yeah, so it's got the mud flaps on. And I'm just going to tidy those little bits up there. They're not going through or anything. A little bit of black hammerite, that'll tidy them up, no bother. But yeah, new brakes, more or less new discs and pads on the front. Can't complain. Really, I can't complain with this thing. Insane miles to gallon. As usual with these, they're great. They say cruise control on a wreck, you know, what most people call a banger, you know. So there we go. I'm just going to leave it at that, guys. There's my new project as such, another car. And you might think you don't need it, get rid of the Audi, but I didn't pay a lot of money, as you can imagine. It doesn't owe as much. So I'm going to bang an MOT on it, sort them bulbs out at the back, put the wheels on, hopefully get some wheel trims. Might do a quick service on it, because really it only costs me the consumables. Like the oil's probably the biggest expense. The filters, probably for oil, air, pollen, fuel filter, it'll just be a handful of... Actually, I've got a high flow air filter sitting there. I'll use that. That's free. So really, it's just 3 filters I need to get in some oil. Bar that, happy days. Nice enough car. So yeah, I'll leave that one there. Let us know what you think. Do you think it's just a heap of crap? Do you think I should get rid of it? Do you think I should keep it? It's going to come in handy, even if it goes off the road in the summer when the ZX is on the road and the ML's back on the road. I'll just bang it in a yard and retax it and MOT it again come the winter. It's not eating no meat, so to speak. So yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. Please, if you've got something to say, please leave a comment. If you haven't already done so, subscribe. And if you've enjoyed watching this content, I try to do my best. I know it's not interesting content, but over the winter, I'm hardly going to go out and buy, you know, top-end cars and stuff to use for the winter armour. So if you have enjoyed it, hit the like, and I'll catch you soon.